Alright guys, so I just wanted to show you my red ear slider setup. I have two of them. Decided to name them Godzilla and King Kong. Long story to the names, don't really want to go over that, but anyways, here they are. They're pretty healthy. As you can see, pretty active. I just wanted to go over my setup. I know myself had a lot of questions over building my setup on how to do it, half land, half water, all these other questions, how much, so many questions. But after viewing many videos and reading a lot of things, I've learned that there's a couple important things. Number one is the room. So what I have here is this is actually a I believe it's a 45 gallon tank. Yeah, it's a 45 gallon tank. Plenty of room. Although the rule of thumb is a gallon per inch of shell. I believe my turtles are about 4.5 inches each. So I don't know if that rule applies for each turtle. If that was the case, then I would need double the size. But I have two turtles in here and they seem to be very happy. So that, I'm not too sure how the rule applies, but nevertheless, yeah, 1 inch of gallon per, I mean, sorry, scratch that. 10 gallons per 1 inch of a shell. And my turtles are only 1 year old, and I think they are pretty big for how old they are. Anyways, but yeah, again, this is a 45 gallon tank. No gravel, only because this helps keep the tank a lot cleaner than what you will see in other tanks. And they actually love it a lot more. They love swimming in clean water. They love it so much. Can't stop staying out of the water. Of course, they bask. While they bask, I have these. Of course, the Zoomed floating pet docks. What I did here is, as you can see, I want you to know that most of the things that I have set up, I pretty much either customized or made myself. This dock is a combination, or I should probably do this on this camera, but is a combination of a large dock and a small dock. And all I did was just, as you can see, I zip tied them. I zip tied them both together, only because I have two turtles. So that one large dock is great for one, but I have two, so that only helps. And what you need is for your turtle to get completely out of the water. They cannot be in the water, so that helps that. And so I could always invest in a way more expensive larger dock, but since I already had the small one, since I had them since they were a little smaller, all I did was just purchase a larger one, and then I just decided to link them up, and now they are both able to stand on that and bask nicely under this UVA heat lamp. I know you'll see a lot of lamps that are separated, and then I decided to buy this combo. It's a lot, not a lot, but it's a little more pricier. But let me turn it off so you can see it. But I like it because I don't have to deal with two separate fixtures. As you can see, there's the heat bulb and there's the UVA. So you got both. It is a little pricier, but it's just one fixture, and the turtles don't need to really run around to get both types of waves needed for their bone growth and their shell growth. You could always switch out from either blue light or red light on the bulbs, so that works the best. I decided to stick with the blue because that's more daylight relevant, and the turtles, they just love it. Filter. Oh well, the cage real quick. They always suggest either no or a what is it, cage or screen type of top. I actually made this one myself. All I did was just go to Home Depot and like purchase this wooding, and I purchased this fencing, and I just made the measurements correctly, and all I did was just staple it all on together, which is great because I couldn't find one that would fit this one. Most of them, I mean, whenever you go shopping for tanks and all that stuff, most of the time it's all set up for fish. As far as reptiles go, they're not what you really want unless you want to stick with the basics. But I think this works out really well. Plenty of oxygen to go through for them, and they could always pop out and say hi, and I love that. As far as filters go, rule of thumb is always get a filter that's larger, or sorry, scratch that, that's meant for a larger tank than what you have. Again, this is a 45-gallon tank. I try to keep it pretty clean because they like that, and then when feeding comes around, you want to make sure you clean up after them because, well, they don't clean up after themselves. The way I do that is anything that they don't eat, I just pick it up with your typical fish net, because that helps you keep the water clean. I try not to overfeed them or underfeed them, but turtles are smart. They like to save some food, so they'll try to just eat half of it and then leave the rest to munch on later. But I don't allow that, only because cleaner water helps prevent more frequent cleanings of the water, and especially with a tank this size, it's a little tedious. Nevertheless, the filter is a 55-gallon filter. I made a little customizations because as far as other people go, or I've seen this gap, this filter, as you can see, this gap here, it will not fit your typical tanks that you buy either at PetSmart or Petco or where you're buying, only because of this portion here of the tank. It doesn't fit. So what I did at first, and as you can see, I actually have two filters. The second filter is a 10-gallon filter, and I only put that one in to put extra filtration, again, to keep this water as clear as you can see. It's super clear. Got my Millennium Falcon right there. But it really helps keeping so much filtering going on, because it just helps your turtles actually live longer. But again, so I just throw in the other one that I had from my smaller tank. I had a smaller 10-gallon tank when I first got them, and I had them both in there until I realized that it was time to upgrade. And actually that filter also didn't fit because of the distance, because if you got this little part here that's meant for the screen, which is great because the screen, as you can see, it settles there, but the filters will not fit there. So what I did with the small one, because it's not so heavy, is I just put on some double-sided tape, and I was able to hold it up really well. Doesn't move around. The turtles don't knock it down or anything, so that worked out well. I tried that with the larger filter, this 55-gallon filter, but the turtles like to squeeze up in this little tight area and swim around and just kick around, and they move everything around, and they like that. So I couldn't do that with this one, so unfortunately I had to do something a little heavier duty, because every time I put the double-sided tape, they'll just kick the filter out, and when I'll get home, I'll find the filter here on the ground, on the floor level of the tank. So instead, I just got a power drill, and what I did was just drill a small hole there and small hole on the filter, and I just zip tied it. Zip tie, and I did two. Second one there. Because I did this, I wasn't able to keep the top on, which is okay. I mean, the top doesn't really do anything. It just keeps it covered, and I'm okay with that because it's not. It doesn't do anything at all, actually. So, I mean, maybe I don't know, for like visual effects, but no one pays attention to that. I mean, if you ever have visitors, they're gonna be mesmerized by your, number one, how clear the water is, and number two, your amazing friends. Yeah, swimming around, and how healthy they are and how happy they are. So that's what I did with these filters, and as you can see, I actually kind of did a custom small filter. I got your usual filters that you buy either on Amazon or Petco or PetSmart. You get them either or, but same filters you got there. They're not bad. They last about a month, maybe more, if you like clean them every time you change the tank. I try to keep mine very clean, but what I wanted to show you was this. This bio filter has, especially because it's a larger tank, has this section here that's meant for a smaller filter here, and you could buy these also at Petco or like PetSmart or Amazon or anywhere else, but if you're smart and want to avoid the costs, you can make your own. And what I did was I just bought like these sponges. It's a sponge, and I just measured it and cut it into the shape that I needed, and made sure that I cleaned it very, very well, so that no contaminants will go into the water. And then this actually works a lot better than what you get from those filters from Petco or PetSmart or anything like that. Anyway, so I did that for both of these, the 55-gallon filter, and I still got the top on this one because I'm still working with the double-sided tape, so I don't need to drill the holes and all that. But I still did it with this one as well, and the filters in there is still pretty clean. Try to keep this tank spotless because the turtles love that stuff. Nevertheless, this video is a little long, but I just want to show you my setup and a lot of do-it-yourself things. I would say this didn't cost more than about $100. I'm gonna say, tank and filters and all. And this tank is actually the breeder type, which is wider so that there's more room for them. Got my little Hades here. Then your tall tanks. Usually you'll get slim tanks that are tall, but I figured for turtles you need a more, they would like more room. They could swim around. So I figured for this 40-gallon tank, I just wanted to show you my setup and how much you can save and keep your turtles healthy to live the 50 years plus. Anyway guys, thanks for watching my vid. Hope this helps.